Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Ryan Finners. Welcome back to the Finnertainment channel. On today's video, we're going to be lighting up our roof with some Dream Color LEDs. Stay tuned. Now this is the LED strip lights we're going to be using to light up our top. These are the same LED strip lights that we use on our wheel lights. So we have a 110 to 12 volt power adapter there. We have two bags of supports there that helps everything stay supported. We have a connection wire there. So this is our LED light controller. Basically the LED lights is going to plug into this harness here, and our 12 volt end is going to plug into there. Then we'll take this right here, download the application on our phone to be able to control the lights. What makes these right here lights a little bit different from all the other lights, both of these are just the same lights here. These are addressable LEDs. Now what does that mean? These do not just flash red to blue to green and so on. These actually chase each other throughout the strip. Now they're going to look exactly kind of identical, except this one little chip in here that's going to give it the addressable function. Now supplied in the kit is 110 to 12 volt wall wart. This would plug in your wall. This would take 110 volts, transform it down to 12 volts. However, since this is a golf cart, we're not going to be using this, so we need to cut this. But with that being said, we need to make sure it's going to be tip positive or tip negative. Well, on this right here, it says it's tip positive. Yours may be different though. So if you don't get the same exact kind or you get a different kind, I'm going to show you how to check whether it's tip positive or tip negative. I'm going to go ahead and pull out about a foot here. That's more than plenty. And we're going to cut it off. We can disregard this right here. We won't use it. And when you get your wires cut, we want to strip them back. How do we know if it's tip positive or tip negative? We need to take a multimeter here, turn it down into the continuity settings. Once you press your two leads together, you'll hear a beep. This is going to let us know whether this is in tip positive or tip negative. Basically, you'll take one leg or one lead of your multimeter, you stick it inside the tip, then we'll connect the other lead to the wire and see which one is making contact there. So we know that's not it. So we know this leg right here is going to be for the center of the tip here. And on the wire here is showing it's got a couple of white lines. That's going to let us know that the outside shield is going to be negative. We have the positive on the outside shield. We're going to take the negative and touch this. So that lets us know that the wiring is correct on here. To showing us the negative side of the wire has the white stripes on it. So what's going to make our kit pretty easy to install is this Bazooka Party Bar G2. It has a switch on itself. We have a switch on the remote down below for an accessory output. It comes with a harness. The harness is built into the main harness here. And once we hit the switch, power on any kind of additional accessories. And that's what we're going to be doing today with this LED kit. So we have a couple of different spots. We can mount some LED lights. We can mount them on this bevel here. We can mount it on the side of the aluminum track here, or we can mount it down here on the side of the top itself. I'm taking some 91% isopropyl alcohol. I'm gonna really clean these side pieces here. We don't want any contaminants on the top itself because the backing of the LED strips is what's gonna stick to the top. So off camera, I went ahead and soldered my leads and used heat shrink to go from the plug of the Bazooka Party Bar G2 to the LED lights. Also added some Velcro here. It's going to go between this little LED Bluetooth controller and up here on the frame. We're just going to clean this off with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and stick it up there before we start laying our lights. And then we need to go ahead and wire tie all of this right here up and put our split loom over it and make it look nice and neat. That's a nice spot there, plus it's out of the way. Next we need to go ahead and put some split looming here. I'm probably going to split loom this as well and tie it up. I got the main harness going back up here. This is taped and secured to the G2 to the speaker grill here where it was to begin with. This little wire here is going up and over here is supplying power to this Bluetooth controller on top of this rail here. It's going to be feeding the LED lights power and the sequence diagram. So I got all of that mounted and cleaned up. I think that looks pretty good. Next, let's get these LEDs mounted. So as I was installing the lights, or about to install the lights, the camera battery died. I didn't know it, I was recording. Anyways, I just ran the lights on the side of the lip here of the roof. Now the controller's there, and I have the wires coming out of the controller, going to the LED on the top here. We just need to throw some wire loom at that and clean it up a little bit better. I went ahead and wire loomed that main wire going to the LED light there. I went ahead and wire loom both of those as well. And I think it looks pretty good. This is the stop of those LEDs there. And I just threw a wire tie around this piece here to hold those wires out of place. Now when searching for the app for this right here, we're gonna use LED Hue. Go ahead and tap it. It's gonna ask you to turn on your Bluetooth maybe. So once you have your Bluetooth turned on, you can select it's gonna be SP110E. Once that's connected, it'll show a blue check mark and it's connected. We can hit enter here. And you have almost 100 or over 100 different color and variations you can go to. I really like number 77. You can change the speed, you can change the brightness, you can set manual colors as well. This is probably the favorite one of mine. I really love the red and blue chasing. I don't know why, but I think it looks pretty cool. So we made the garage as dark as possible. We need to go ahead and power on these lights. Let me show you what they look like. I think they look pretty cool. It's going to give us some lighting in here. It's not going to be real bright. Also, I didn't put any LED lights across the front here. That one 5-meter roll just went around the sides of both sides and the back, which is great because we don't want any lights blinding us while we're driving. Another thing I like about these lights is they are dream color, which means that they have color chasing color. It's not fading from one color to another. They're a little bit more expensive than the regular LED lights, but in my opinion, they're totally worth it, and it's gonna make the golf cart stand out. So there's the wheel lights there. The wheel lights have their own controller. The LED roof has its own controller as well, so we can turn either one on vice versa, or we can turn them both off or both on independently. So everything's good to go there. The wheel lights have their own controller. The roof has its own controller, so we can do a different pattern up top than we do on the wheels themselves. However, the wheels are dream color as well. We can have them chasing each other or fading in and out. Everything is controlled with the Bluetooth app. We're gonna change it here. It's going backwards now. We got a different color. Now there's a ton of different variations on this app here, and you can just find the one that you like. So all kinds of things you can do.